Welcome to the Money Insights Podcast, where high-income earners come to learn wealth-building strategies that will take them from high income to high net worth. With your hosts, financial and wealth-building experts, Christian Allen and Rod Zabriskie.
Welcome into another episode of the Money Insights Podcast, where we talk all things money and business. My name's Christian Allen. I'm here with my co-host. You know him as Rod the Pod Zabriskie. What is up, Rod?
Hey, I'm doing great. I'm excited about having a house full here.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so we have to intro. We've got a panel of guest hosts today. We have two extra guest hosts. You should know them by now. We have with us Brenyn the Orange McConnell. That doesn't work, Brenyn. We also have Blake the Snake Brogan with us. Both of them are repeats. They've been with us a couple of times at least. Anyway, what's up, guys? Thanks for coming on.
The only good rhyming would be Brenyn the Felon, and I don't want to be known as that.
It's too late now. You just planted the
I
seed.
Like it.
Blake is forever the snake. Brenyn is forever the felon.
The felon.
Okay, sweet. Hey, guys, thanks for coming on. We're excited to have you.
Excited to be here. Yeah, we've got some good stuff, I think, that I'm excited to talk about.
Okay, so normally I would talk about I have to tell you guys about my weekend for just a second, because it was a chaotic, crazy weekend. So, and it was kind of fun. On Friday night, I took my 16-year-old daughter to the Beach Boys. That's right.
Nice.
The Beach Boys. Here's the best part. We were telling my mother-in-law that we were going to the Beach Boys, and she's like, well, it's not like the real Beach Boys, is it? And we're like, oh, it's the real Beach Boys. Anyway, so we had Mike, I can't think of Mike's last name, but he was the lead singer of the Beach Boys.
Love.
At the ripe old age of 82, rocking it out, man. It was awesome.
Wow. I love that.
That was pretty sweet. So anyway, Beach Boys was fun. They did it with the Utah Orchestra. It was pretty cool. Okay, and then I had this wild and crazy 40th birthday party that happened on Saturday night, which was about 6 weeks past my 40th birthday party. But Blake, I didn't see you there. I was a little disappointed.
I don't know, man. It's a long drive, I gotta say.
It is a long drive. I don't know if did we send you an invitation even?
No, but that's all right. Next year.
Okay, well, I didn't think you would be able to make it across the country. Oh man, Blake, I've got a couple of doozies. We're gonna bring these guys on and talk about our activity for the pod today, and I've got some doozies with your name on it, Blake. Okay, so let's get into the podcast topic for today. So obviously we talk money and business. Today we're going to kind of talk both, but we're going to do it in what I hope is kind of a fun and interesting way. So here's the deal. I was listening to one of my, I like to listen to MBA podcasts when I'm like when I'm like ellipticizing in the morning. Right. And that's right. I made up that word. I don't think
I love it.
Is it an elliptical?
It's an elliptical. Yeah. Yes. Okay. What else would you ellipticize on?
I don't know if it was a swimming term. I was like, man, I need to get into swimming.
What is this? Yeah. Okay. But that's okay. So I like to listen to NBA podcasts, and I was listening to this show, and for just lately over the last like few months, I've been hearing about this concept over and over called a white party. And so they were having this discussion on the podcast about who would be invited to the white party. Of course, I didn't have any clue what a white party is, right? So let me be really clear what it's not. Has nothing to do with race. The white party has everything to do with what you wear. So apparently in like pop culture, and which I am not closely connected to in any way, shape, or form, other than that, like listening to the NBA podcasts. Today, what we're going to do is we're going to determine who's invited to the Money Insights white party. Okay. So again, white party is the party you dress up in all white. It's super exclusive. Normally it's like ultra wealthy, famous, that kind of people. Really quick, all of the Money Insights listeners and clients are automatically invited. That's not like, there's not a question. That's just the way it is. But aside from that, it's going to be really difficult to get into it. So here's what I want to do. I've asked the team here to come prepared with people that they think belong in the Money Insights white party. And what we're going to do is the other three of us are going to give a thumbs up or thumbs down. And we're going to have some lively, potentially heated discussions on who should belong in the white party. Here's a question for you guys. How many people other than like, again, listeners, clients, who else, or how many other people do we think belong at the white party? Do we need to cap it? Like 10?
I'd say maybe.
Do we need more than 10?
I'd say 15 or 20.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's say 20 is the maximum.
20 is the
we
max.
can't go any higher than 20.
Yeah.
No way.
Good call.
Then we'd start, diluting the value and stuff. So we don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Okay, Rod, we're going to start with you, and you're going to tell us on your list who's the first person that you think belongs in the Money Insights white party.
Okay. Do you want me to just throw out the name, and or do you want me to like build it?
No, well, okay, so you can. The show's yours, Rod. You can do whatever you want. So
okay, here we go.
if you want to like tease us up to it, then you do that. If you want to just say this is who it is and this is why,
okay.
Either way, it's up to
All
you.
right. So I've mentioned in the past I'm a big fan of the Shark Tank, right? The TV
yeah,
series.
that's true.
So it felt like I needed someone from the Shark Tank to come on board, and once I thought through the names, it was obvious who it should be. Who the Money Insights
I already know.
champion would be. Barbara Corcoran.
I knew it was going to be Barbara. Okay. This is really embarrassing, but I have Barbara Corcoran on my list.
No way. All right.
I have Barbara.
She's one of the 20. She's got to be.
Okay, so at least for me, that's a thumbs up. Like it didn't take a lot of convincing. Maybe you should tell us a little bit about who Barbara is.
Sure. So she is where she is. So she's a multi-$100 million net worth person. Who obviously has sponsored a whole bunch. She's been on the show basically since the beginning. So whatever they're at, like 14, 15 seasons in, she's a vet. And but she built her net worth in real estate in New York. And so being a real estate mogul felt like a very, very natural fit into the whole alternative investing world. And she should have an investment optimizer policy. If she doesn't already, I'm going to give her a call and make sure she has one before she comes to the white party.
I totally agree with that. And can I just say, she seems to make more deals than anybody. I haven't been watching it as much lately, but in the first, several seasons when I was kind of keeping up with it a little bit better, I felt like Barbara was like nailing the deals, and like every success story seemed like it's had Barbara's name on it.
She's very dynamic.
Anyway,
a very
Barbara's
wide
a rock
variety.
Star.
Yeah.
Pretty hard for me to argue. Do you guys have any qualms with Barbara?
No, Barbara's legit.
Sweet.
Barbara's legit. Okay, well, that was easy, Rod. I
Sounds
guess
like she's
Barbara's
in.
in. All right, we need a list. Will you start a list?
Yep.
Make sure we keep a Barbara on it. Okay, let's go to. We better go by age, but that doesn't include me. So we're gonna go next to Blake. You're older than Brenyn, right? Blake.
Okay. My first invitation. So we're recording this the day after the Wimbledon final. So I am going to go in terms of all white. First thing popped in my head, the new king as of yesterday of tennis, Carlos Alcaraz, the 20-year-old.
Wow.
I wanted to go with Djokovic.
Carlos Alcaraz.
But he lost. I was going to go Djokovic, but I couldn't. I can't bring the runner-up.
The funny thing is, Blake, as you were saying that, I used to pay pretty close attention to tennis, but I actually had not checked in to see who won that. So I was kind of thinking like, well, of course he's going to go for like the potentially like the all-time greatest player in Djokovic. And no, you threw us for a little bit of a loop and went for Carlos Alcaraz. Well, okay. So here's the deal. I like Carlos Alcaraz, but has he really done enough consistently over time? Like he's kind of a phenom. So maybe there's something to it, but there's at least a question. Has he shown the ability to like stay on top for a long period of time?
Absolutely not. He's just won now. However, the party's happening soon, and he's at his hottest he can be now. So that's where the vote was.
That's a strong counterpoint. Okay,
it's
so he's 20. Okay. All right. Well, let's vote. Unless you guys have any other questions about Carlos Alcaraz, I do like that. It's a good one.
I think I know enough.
If you said Roger Federer, I would have said in like immediately. But if you said Andy Roddick, I probably would have been like, oh, no.
He's a good time. He's funny.
He was awesome. I love Andy Roddick.
Ever.
Andy Roddick's great. He just couldn't ever beat Roger, unfortunately. Okay, So less tennis talk, more thumbs up or thumbs down. So everybody, Carlos Alcaraz, thumbs up or thumbs down? Go. I'm going up. Oh man, sorry, Blake. No, Carlos. That was a good thought.
2-1. 2-1.
And he would have been there ready and all white, like no questions asked. It wouldn't have even been an issue for him. So anyway, I thought it was a good one. Okay, Brennan, who you got on your list?
Okay, so I had to go with somebody that has some Utah representation.
All right.
He also just happens to be the absolute GOAT in his sport and a phenomenal businessman. And I'm going to go with Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods. Okay. So tell me about his connection to Utah. I didn't even really know he had any connection to Utah.
He's actually building one of his top tier courses in Park City as we speak. It was just announced a few months ago. It's going to be a phenomenal course, and he's pretty excited about it. And I think everyone here in Utah is too, to see him at the White Party.
Coming from okay, so I'll be honest, I'm more of a tennis guy than I am a golf guy. So I don't know. I mean, I would just say that, like, Tiger obviously did tarnish his reputation, but he's made some significant strides, and everybody loves a comeback story. Yeah. Here's the only issue: did he ever really come back?
He did.
Like, he's like legit. He could win.
I mean, right now. So it depends on what part you're asking me, because he's come back multiple times.
Okay.
And now he's in one of those times where he has not yet come back.
Okay.
But you're saying he will.
Back.
I would say from the greatest setback in his career, yes, he absolutely came back.
Okay.
From this smaller setback from his car crash, if that's what you're talking about, he hasn't yet come back. But
he's still working on it.
Yeah.
Okay. And you're saying he is the undisputed GOAT? Does anyone dispute that in the golf world?
No.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
I can't refute that.
Okay. Thumbs up or thumbs down? I'm going thumbs up.
Okay, we'll go.
Seems like Tiger should be there.
Gotta have Tiger. Come on.
You gotta have
Tiger. As long as he brings, shows up. Maybe we should have it on his yacht. What do you think?
Agree.
I can't remember the name of it, but I know he's got a cool massive yacht that has a fun name. Okay.
As soon as he gets the invite, I'm sure he'll be totally willing to host us.
Yeah. I can't imagine. It'll be his privilege. Okay. So I guess it's my turn, isn't it?
Yep.
Okay. Well, you guys, I'm a little more serious than you guys. So I'm going to try to I want the listeners to get some money in business. So here we go. I'm joking, because actually all those guys are good business people. But my number one is, okay, so it's actually two people. Oh, I'm breaking the rules already. I'm actually breaking two rules at once. I say I'm breaking two rules. I only told Rod that they had to be alive, but neither of these people are alive.
Here it is.
Here we go. Sorry. But I want to bring the combination of both Dale Carnegie and Napoleon Hill. And I don't even know if I need to say much, but probably two of the greatest authors in the self-help business genre ever. And man, inspiring. My dad said to me, you gotta read How to Win Friends and Influence People. And I did it when I was young, and it genuinely had an impact on my life. That's why I think, and really both of them are I wanted to have both of them on there, but I figure if I put them together, maybe you guys would let go of the fact that I broke a couple of the rules.
I just had no idea that we could bring them back from the dead.
I mean, okay, so you can bring one or two people back from the dead, just not everybody.
Just not everyone.
Just not everybody.
That's fair.
Okay. What do you guys think?
I mean,
do you have any pushback?
No. I mean, other than breaking the rules, but as far as having those guys there,
that's fair. If you think that rule has been too broken, and you're just no, we don't play that game, that would be a reasonable response to my Dale Carnegie.
I think Napoleon Hill combo. That's a pretty good combo.
Yeah. Okay, but they only count as one. So that's the good news. Okay. Thumbs up or thumbs down?
Yeah, we'll go up.
Okay, sweet. Are we keeping track on this,
yeah,
Rod?
I got
How many people we have?
We have, because we have that combo, it's
that's only one.
It's only one.
3. So we've got Barbara, Tiger, and then the combo of Dale Carnegie and Napoleon Hill.
Nice. Okay. Okay. This is good. I like the combination so far. Okay, that leads us. Should we switch up the order?
Sure.
We'll go Brenyn first this time, then Blake, then Rod. Okay.
This one may have some pushback, but I'm willing to go for it. And I'll tell you why. This girl is a phenomenal businesswoman. She has built an incredible empire. And she has siblings that have also created incredible empires.
No, he's busting out the Kardashians.
Kim Kardashian has to be at the white
it.
party. She's got to be there.
Oh man, I don't know. This one could have. I mean, my initial reaction is like, do we really want to invite what the Kardashians bring to the Money Insights white party?
I think
like
you do.
It could bring some pizzazz, but it might bring the cops. It might bring certainly like
no, those times that's 10 years ago. Kim Kardashian.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
now he's going to vouch
really
for just making it. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Well, and she's bringing her Gulfstream and she's flying us all out to
Tiger's yacht.
Yeah, to Tiger's yacht.
To Tiger's yacht.
To be there. So
I like it. Okay.
So
well,
serious...
do you know what her net worth is now? Any idea?
I don't. I'd have to look it up.
Okay. But it's probably like 500 mil. Like I'm sure it's pretty impressive. So yeah, she is an incredible business person.
It's actually 1.2 billion.
Even more than I thought. Okay, 1.2 billion. We're gonna have a lot of wealth at this party, aren't we? Okay, here we go. Does anyone have any other pushback?
I mean, I just feel like I'm ready to vote.
The brand.
I might have to justify my vote, but
the brand. Okay, I think it's a fair question. Like, okay, here we go. Thumbs up or thumbs down? I'm going thumbs down. Oh, you're out. I was really on the fence, but I was like, we can't have just everybody at the Money Insights.
Yeah, I felt like
an exclusive party.
I did vote yes, and I just feel like I have to justify that because the definition was like this whole like pop culture. Yeah. And who defines pop culture more?
Nobody.
Yeah.
Nobody.
So that was my,
And I think the $1 billion net worth, that's got some swinging.
It says a lot. I was really on the fence, so I think that was a reasonable thought. But sorry, no Kim. She's out.
I reserve the right to come back in and fight for Kim later in this episode.
All right. You can resume, but remember, we only have so many slots.
I'm just saying.
Okay,
there's an open one.
Okay, so who's next? Blake.
I am also going to propose. Has to be $1 billion net worth female, and the little backstory here. This woman is pop culture today. We have a lot of people on the Money Insights team who have gone to see her, who want to go to see her, things like that. Yet we bring it up to Rod, and I think Rod, if I have this right, you had never even heard of her, and that this person.
It's very possible. It's very possible.
This person is Taylor Swift. We have to have Taylor Swift.
I mean,
Taylor
heard of her,
Swift.
yes.
50.
Yes, I've heard of her. Okay, just to clear the air. But if you said, tell me one of the names of her songs, I couldn't do it.
Okay, at least you've heard of her.
Yeah.
I gotta say, she's on tour right now. My wife's a huge fan, and I have spent way too many hours researching how much money she has to be making from this tour, because these tickets are going for like $5,000 a seat, and she's selling out stadium after stadium after stadium. I mean, there's no number that she's making from this tour that I would not believe. The numbers are so staggering. So, all-time businesswoman, Taylor Swift.
Can I just tell you, she is like as like media savvy as they come, man. She just like knocks it out of the park at every turn. So it's pretty hard.
And she's been famous for so long, and no one's ever said a negative thing about her, which is like countercultural to where we are in America. I feel like she just crushes.
Taylor Swift, pretty cool. And I'd be lying if I said I can't recite the words to like a dozen of her songs.
Handful of her songs.
There you go.
Maybe
and I just want her to be
more like a handful.
Yeah, I'm sure I could too. Like play it, and I'm sure I know it, but tell me to come up with a name, and
he's like, I got nothing.
Play.
I got nothing. Okay, what do you guys think?
I'm
up
in.
Or down?
Yeah, I'll go.
I'm going up.
Yeah.
Okay, Taylor Swift. Woo. All right. Well, we're still bringing in the money. We're bringing in the money.
That's
Okay,
true.
Rod, is it your turn?
It's my turn, and
Okay.
I carried the momentum. I mentioned the Shark Tank thing. I'm carrying the momentum, and for this next one, it's one of the guest sharks that has been on several times, but he just felt like a natural fit. So I'm going A-Rod.
A-Rod. Okay,
Successful
I haven't
as an athlete, clearly, but since then, I think he's done as well, if not better, as far as his just building his net worth as a businessman.
Okay. So I haven't like read up on A-Rod as a business person. So can you give me any more to like, I know that he was like one of the great players, but like, what has he done? What's he done since?
Yeah. So he's one of those that obviously carries his brand. Like he came out with, leading out with that, has done really well. He's right around probably 350 million. So
he's not an
carrying
A-Rod
the
brand
B yet. It's not a single
brand. Is it like
brand.
a clothing line, or like does he have like what does he do?
I can jump in here because he's on my list as well. He owns like a real estate construction type thing. He builds multifamily housing around the country.
Okay.
And he's made a fortune doing that. Also, if you go back and read some of the times where he was going to sign with the Red Sox and then flipped it to get a contract with the Yankees, there's all-time savviness there. I don't know how many $100 million he made from the Yankees at the end of his career, but crazy numbers, all in support of Alex Rodriguez here.
All right. Okay. Man, I feel like I'm 2 for 2 picking in some that you guys had.
Can I just say this though? I don't even like baseball. So I'm gonna have a hard time voting for A-Rod. But does anyone have any other comments on A-Rod before we?
You know what? I was gonna vote one way, and then I was swayed the other. I don't want to reveal my hand.
Okay, I'm nervous. Okay, ready? A-Rod.
I'm in.
Oh, hey, A-Rod's in.
He does it.
When Blake said that he made a large amount of his wealth from multifamily complexes, I just said, right.
Okay, but can I just push back on that? If he made hundreds of millions of dollars as a baseball player and he's got a $350 million net worth, so to be fair, I do realize there is a big difference between how much money you make and actually keeping it as a net worth, because like half of it's going to taxes and stuff. However, LeBron's worth like a bill.
True.
Right. So
are you proposing now your next?
Are you proposing?
No, I am not making that as a current proposal. LeBron may or may not be on my list. However, I just wanted to give a little pushback. Okay. So anyway, A-Rod's in. Congratulations to A-Rod. Okay. Well, this one, I want to make sure I get to it. My list is much longer than I'm going to be able to get to. But this one's especially for Blake. Okay, Blake. This person is none other than Jim Harbaugh. Okay, anybody want Jim Harbaugh in?
Out.
And so let's talk about Jim Harbaugh for a second.
Out.
Jim, first of all, is obviously the head coach of the Michigan Wolverines, who happened to be Blake's rival, right? So Blake's a big Michigan State guy. So this was a no-brainer for me, but not just because of that. That was like probably the driving factor. But the second part was that we always used the story of how he manipulated his contract to create like this really cool life insurance benefit.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've heard people tell that story. In fact, Rod, tell the story real quick.
Yeah.
Or at least tell us what it is.
Yeah. He built into his contract to have basically a deferred compensation plan where it might even be, I don't know the percentage, but it might even be like half of the contract, half of his salary is going into this life insurance policy that builds this future tax-free retirement income for him.
Brilliant. Think about how brilliant that is. He's like, okay, I don't need all of the $9 million a year I'm getting, so I might as well throw some of it into this deferred comp plan. And again, putting it in life insurance, he then theoretically could pull it out completely tax-free. I would say that's a pretty dang savvy business move from our man, Jim Harbaugh. So 2 strong reasons: savviness. He's also been ridiculously successful as a coach, and It is the coach of the rival of Blake's team, Michigan State. So what do you guys think? Up or down?
Okay, I'm
Come
going.
on, give me some ups.
I'm in.
Yes. I got him through. Blake's like, I don't even want to
notice
be
how
at
Christian
the Money
didn't
Insights
allow-
party anymore.
Christian didn't allow any words to counter those. So I think you kind of just bulldozed him into the party. But,
that's fair. You're right.
And I
You're
think
right.
all three of us are looking forward to the conversation that you would have with Jim, the interactions.
Yeah, and let's face it, he bulldozes his way anywhere he's going.
He does.
Right?
That's
fair.
That's his
fair.
thing.
So
Okay, good point. Okay, Jim Harbaugh, he is in. Man, Jim Harbaugh, he might be the poorest person at the party so far.
Probably is.
Okay, who's next? Let's just go back around to. Okay, Rod, you go first.
okay, I'm gonna mix it up here a little bit. I felt like just picking, the world's rich and famous.
That's
wasn't gonna fly.
boring.
So what I did was I went and I looked at who our current legislators are in Washington. We need a voice in Washington, right?
Yeah.
Are we all agreed?
Yikes.
Oh, yeah.
And
I don't know.
And so I looked at the list, and let's just to be like, first off, I was not going to pick a lawyer. If you were a liar, you were immediately moved. No offense to anyone listening who is an attorney, right? But I just felt like, politician / liar wasn't a winner.
Okay.
So I found our man Tim Scott, senator from South Carolina.
Tim Scott
Who
from
is-
South Carolina. Okay.
Who his career was as an insurance agent. He had an Allstate agency, and so he can represent our, the interests of us collectively to, pull us through in Washington. And as of this moment, he's a candidate for president.
Okay.
So
he's like
anyway.
a long shot candidate.
Yes, for sure. Anyone who's on the Republican ticket whose name is not Donald Trump is a
long shot
is
candidate.
seen currently as
a long shot.
I don't know why that is, but that's apparently the way it is.
The way it is right now. Okay. Are you saying Donald Trump should be at the White House? No, I'm just kidding. Okay. So the question is, Tim Scott, okay. My first inclination is that the name is really boring. He's got two. He's got two first names. Oh wait, I kind of do too, so that doesn't work. But Tim Scott, I picture like a 62-year-old bald guy with a belly. But that's probably not at all what Tim Scott looks like, is my guess.
Yeah.
So
are we really going to vote?
I believe he's
Scott over Kim Kardashian.
I believe he's 57.
No. Okay. I don't think I want any politicians here, Rod. This is politician-free zone.
Hey, we need to have a voice in Washington.
Okay, maybe, but I would argue that the politicians aren't actually much of a voice. That the voices are probably. I bet we could get if we got Elon Musk, he'd probably have more of a voice than our politicians. I'm just saying.
Hey, no, it's fair. I mean, I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah, no, you throw it out there. That's fair. Okay, do you guys have any pushback or support of Rod's applicant, Tim Scott?
No.
Okay, well, let's do the vote then.
Politicians are boring.
Vote.
Oh, it's the first offer, the first goose egg.
But here's the deal, Rod. I do appreciate that you went for it. You went for something different. Tried to mix it up.
I spent the most time on that research, so
you're
but that's because I had to.
That makes sense that you had to. Okay, let's go, Blake. Who you got?
Okay, so on my list was going to be the current king of East Lansing, who's Mel Tucker, head coach of the Spartans, tons of swag. But he can't be at a party with Jim Harbaugh. We don't want both of them. So
it would be a fight.
Maybe we do want them both there.
I don't know.
For the same reason we don't want Cam.
Go either way. We're going to go a little more PC here. So I'm going to go with who I think is the greatest Lansing, Michigan area businessman to come from the town. You have all heard of him, but it's Magic Johnson.
Magic Johnson. I didn't realize he was from Lansing, Michigan.
Yep, Magic is from Lansing.
Magic.
Michigan State hero, played for the Lakers, but just to give a little context, he now owns the Dodgers, He owns the Los Angeles FC, which is apparently pro soccer. Don't know much about that, but he owns Burger King's 24-hour fitness things. He owns other restaurants. I mean, he owns a bunch, right?
Okay,
And
so
he's crushing.
I give like those guys that were superstars early on that made like, you know, pennies compared to what they've made today. Like they had to go out and make their big money in business.
Yeah.
I mean, I think about like Michael Jordan, right? He's like worth $2 billion now. But the amount of money he made from playing was like nothing compared to that. So that means that Magic Johnson had to be pretty legit in terms of his business savvy. And really, you know, what he did is he used the fact that he was an amazing basketball player as fame to create more, and a lot to be said for that. Okay, so I'm a fan of Magic. What do you guys think?
I'm ready to vote.
I'm ready to vote.
Oh gosh, that was easy. Okay, well, I feel like even if I like flopped, it wouldn't matter. So, okay, Magic Johnson. I guess Magic is in.
Yeah.
He's in.
That was easier than I expected. Okay, is it my turn?
Might be my turn. It could be your turn.
Brent, it is. No, it's your turn, Brendan.
Okay.
Well, what you got?
Okay, so this next person is one of the greatest marketers of our day.
Ooh, now that's intriguing.
One of the greatest businessmen of our day, has created one of the greatest empires of our day, and he's not even close to being done.
Oh, wow.
I think he is, I'll look up his official age later, but he's either high 20s or low 30s.
Okay.
Okay.
High 20s.
His name, Jimmy, AKA Mr. Beast Donaldson.
Sure.
Beast. All right.
Jimmy. Okay. So
Bringing
I'm feeling a little embarrassed, but I don't feel like I know this dude.
Okay. So Jimmy Donaldson.
Where did he come from?
Jimmy made his own YouTube channel. He started out making YouTube videos. He was the first YouTuber to have 100 million subscribers. He has the most subscribers on YouTube. And he has, I mean, just brilliant with business. He created Feastables, which is his own chocolate brand. And one of his videos was basically a chocolate factory. And he gave away a chocolate factory of Feastables, like Willy Wonka style.
That's awesome.
And then he created another Mr. Beast burger. And he created this burger that's made in this certain way with these certain ingredients. And he basically made it so that any restaurant could serve Mr. Beast burgers
for royalty.
For royalties. And this guy, it might only show as like $1 billion net worth, but I think he is on his way to multiple billions of net worth. He's just incredibly brilliant.
Yeah, that's a pretty compelling story. Self-made.
Yeah,
and I love the self-made people. Warms my heart. Okay, well, I don't have any other questions. I just think he sounds cool. But I feel like Blake is like maybe a little iffy, right?
No, I'm totally in. What generation are you, Brennan? Are you millennial or are you Gen Z?
95. Is that
That's borderline. I think it's 96.
I think I'm at the very end. I think I'm the last year of millennial.
Okay. Then it makes a lot of sense. This pick for me makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
YouTube personality.
Yep, nice. YouTubers for sure. But I'm glad we have someone representing the up and coming youth movement, because that's where it's at. Okay, I'm voting up.
Yeah.
Okay, how many people do we have at the party, Rod?
We're at 8.
Nice.
Okay, woo.
We're at 8.
Okay, here we go. Let's keep rolling through it. I'm excited. It's my turn. So let's see. And I have a lot of really exciting ones here that I'm excited. I want to throw out there. Let's go with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Yeah, nice.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is the top of the acting entertainment profession. Like, end of story. I think he was named like the most influential guy the last couple years. Like, everybody knows The Rock. I mean, and maybe just as like to cap this thing off, he also is Maui.
Yeah.
And did you know that he's playing the live action Maui as well?
Oh, that's so great. I didn't know that they were doing a live action Moana, but it just makes perfect sense, man.
They are.
Okay. Well, I'm excited about that. That warms my heart too. Okay. Do you guys have any pushback on Dwayne The Rock Johnson? Okay. No. The Rock is in, it sounds like.
Oh yeah.
Sweet. Okay. God, I'm feeling
Blake,
good. How many?
Blake didn't vote. Blake didn't get.
No, I vote yes. I vote yes.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
I thought Blake was holding back some resentment.
He could give us some lifting tips too.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay. We have 9. We have 9 people in. 9 people in. And we'll see how many we might just get tired and decide that we don't want to go more than 15. But we're gonna see. We'll see where it takes us. The next person, we're gonna go back to Brenyn. You're up again.
Okay, I gotta pick out the right one on my list here. Okay,
yeah, if you're like me, made a list of like 15, 20 people, and I'm not gonna be able to make cases for all of them.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So this one, everyone's gonna know. I don't think I have to do a huge introduction on him. Many consider him as the GOAT or one of the GOATs in his sport as well. He just signed with Miami. Lionel Messi.
Messi. Oh. I thought about putting Messi on my list, and that's a hard one, man. Okay, so Messi's an interesting one. Here's the deal. It's hard to get close to Messi from what I've been told. He doesn't he doesn't let people in, the media. He's like stays at arm's length. So if like you could get him into the Money Insights white party,
I know
some like real conversation with I think what is pretty clearly the GOAT in the world's most popular sport. So that's,
and the good news is I've already got a foot in the door because I messaged him on Instagram.
Oh, so, done.
Woo! Okay, so I think that does help a lot. Can I also just make one other case for Messi? The fact that he's the greatest at his sport and he's like 5'6", $140 is absolutely incredible, right? Like it just his skill set, speed, it's just unbelievable. So I'm an all-in on Messi. I'm going up. What do you guys think?
Yep.
Okay.
As long as we don't have to watch a whole soccer game of his.
Okay, well, as long as we don't have to watch a golf too.
90 minutes of soccer is a lot of soccer. Let me just tell you what. That's
the only thing worse than watching soccer is golf. Okay, maybe I actually like some tennis, so that doesn't count. Okay, who's up next? Blake, you seem to be throwing out some sass. What do you got for us?
Okay, I got one, and this is going to go right with the sass because the only reason this guy is going to be invited to the party is so Christian and him can have a conversation.
Oh, good.
Rehashing the podcast that Christian dropped, debunking all of his financial strategies that he promotes.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah.
So I'm inviting Dave Ramsey to the party. It just feels like we need the one guy who probably doesn't line up with a lot of the things that we preach here at Money Insights. We need one contrarian. I'm throwing out Dave Ramsey.
I love it. So can I just tell you, I thought for a second you were going to throw out the white coat investor because sometimes I try to get connected with one. But that would have been a really good one too. But Dave, man, Dave's fiery, right? So he might be the one dude that's like actually willing to get on and talk. Okay, can I just tell a story really quick? Just recently, I've been going back and forth. It was the Dentist Money Show. I'd listened to this show, and they were riffing on life insurance, and they had no idea what they were talking about. It was terrible. But I reached out to them, and I was like, "Hey, maybe we can do like a joint show, talk through like we can hit on some of these things that we see a little bit differently." And I thought I was making progress. And then I think they pretty much chickened out at the end. But it just like Dave might be the one dude that would actually be willing to get on. Now, he may not make any sense. His arguments may be completely asinine, but at least he would get on and try to like talk over me and stuff. And I got to give him credit for that.
Yeah, I actually had him on my list as well because I love the idea of
Holy
him being in the
smokes.
room trying to hold his own, but being surrounded by.
Oh man, the whole Money Insights community. That's true. He might just be. They might kick him out. They might kick him out,
and that would be a show as well.
I gotta say, he is like an all-time awesome businessman. Like if you think about all the things that you hear supported by Dave Ramsey, the amount of people that flood into his program is pretty
unbelievable.
Yeah, it really is.
He has been obviously incredibly savvy. As awful as his general advice is, like he's pretty darn good at business. And I absolutely would love to go have a little bit of a brawl, head to head.
Then he's
conversation brawl.
Okay, I'm going in. I'm going in.
Good.
Okay. Oh, Brennan's like, yeah, right.
Get Dave Ramsey out of here.
Sorry, Brennan, you're outvoted, my friend. Okay, Blake, good one. We're up to 10 people, I think. Brennan, you up next? Oh wait, Rod. I feel like Rod's up next.
Yeah, and I'm gonna vote for the person who I would love to see go toe to toe with Dave Ramsey.
Oh, nice. Okay.
No one better than our man Robert Kiyosaki.
Robert Kiyosaki. Okay, I have Robert Kiyosaki on my list, but I also have Sharon Lechter on my list, and so I wasn't sure which one I was gonna invite. I was thinking, I wonder how their relationship is. You think it's strong enough that they can like be at the same party?
I just can't imagine that Sharon could have a bad relationship with somebody.
With anybody? Yeah, that's probably true. They're probably buddies.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you guys think of Robert Kiyosaki? I'll make a quick counterpoint.
Okay.
I think Robert Kiyosaki's a genius, but he's definitely pushing down the strong right wing. So if you like conspiracy theories and building wealth through real estate, Robert Kiyosaki is your man.
Yeah, and that's what's funny though, is because he and Dave would get along on that side of things, right? The whole far right spectrum thing.
Yeah.
They would differ on everything else, but
I also think we would be the winners if we had both of them there. Imagine a photo going out with both of them attending this party.
Yeah.
Whoa, who could bring both these guys to the same event?
All right. I guess. Robert Kiyosaki, I'm going in.
I'm going in.
Sweet.
Okay. All right, Robert.
They were up to 12 party now, by the way.
Welcome to the party, Robert. Who else do we want to bring into this party? I'm struggling. Okay. I have to get this person in. You guys will likely, maybe you'll know this person, maybe not. I'll be honest, I actually didn't initially. But when I read about her, I was like, she's legit. Okay, Janice Bryant Howroyd. Does anyone know her?
Oh.
Okay, rather than pretend that I'm like an expert on Janice, I'm just going to read a little bit of her bio real quick. Okay, Janice Bryant Howard is the founder and CEO of Act One Group, the first Black female-led company to bring in more than $1 billion in annual revenue. Act One is primarily an employment agency consulting based in Los Angeles with more than 17,000 clients in 33 countries. Like many of her counterparts. Oh, that's all right. Anyway, she's like a billionaire, and let's see. Started from very humble beginnings, launching her company with $1,500 in 1978. She's listed in Forbes America's richest self-made women. Fight against that.
Yeah, you got me. I mean, you know, I love the entrepreneur, the one who builds. Yeah.
Okay, she's in. Janice made it. She was cool to read about. Janice is in. Okay, we got 13. See, now we get some like we're getting a little diversity too. Not just like we need to make sure we have people of all ages. So maybe we need a few more young people. I don't remember.
We got
Rod,
Mr. Beast.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Rod, can you just do a quick review of our list? So that as we make decisions on the last few people, because I think we're going to cut it at 15.
Okay.
All
right. So
we need to make sure that we're really selective.
Yeah. So we have Barbara Corcoran, Tiger Woods, Dale Carnegie / Napoleon Hill, Taylor Swift, Alex Rodriguez, Jim Harbaugh, Magic Johnson, Mr. Beast, Dwayne The Rock, Messi, Dave Ramsey, Robert Kiyosaki, and Janice Bryant Howard.
That is quite a crew. There is a lot of wisdom in that room. There's a lot of fame too. I feel like maybe we've gotten a little too excited about like fame and fortune.
Yeah, see, you went away from Tim Scott. Should we go back and revisit him?
I like your idea. I just don't know that Tim Scott was the answer. Like there's okay, but maybe we can revisit Tim here at the end.
Yeah, we'll see.
Okay. All right. Let's see who's next. I went last. Let's go back to Blake.
Okay. My final proposal, I just think would be the most fun person to possibly talk to at a party. Lots of different topics. You could take this down. We all know him, so I'm just going to throw his name out there. I'm going Elon Musk. I would love to hang out for an evening with Elon Musk.
Okay. Well, do you guys have any thoughts on Elon before I give mine?
He is a wild card. You never know what you're going to get.
That's why I'm throwing him out there.
I am a fan of Elon Musk. I think he's done a lot of really cool things. I think it was a pretty cool move just to buy Twitter. It was pretty good. So I like Elon. I do. I like Elon.
All right. So I've got some thoughts. One, Teslas are ugly. I just think they're ugly. I still don't get it. Like they're trying to be like cars of the future, but like don't quite do it. I don't know. I don't see the allure to them. The inside of them is cool, but the outside I just can't get on board with. So that's the first thing. Number two, there might be like a riot against him. Like we probably should find whoever created the new social media platform Threads and invite them, because that's where the popularity is going to be. Elon's like, he's like tanking Twitter, man. People are leaving in droves. It's becoming like the text social platform of the past. So I guess I would argue that Elon may be on the way out.
Mark Zuckerberg is the one who invented Threads.
I did know that. I just forgot for a second.
And there's actually
but I don't want Mark there.
There is a fist fight brewing between Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk.
Yeah. Well, if they got in a room, who do you think would win?
In the cage is where
they are getting in the cage. It's
they're actually getting. Well, Elon should win that.
I differ.
He's bigger and
bigger doesn't matter when you've got the martial arts behind.
Mark Zuckerberg
he's been trained. Okay. Well, that's different. Okay.
I will say so far, Elon Musk is winning the trash talk.
That sounds right. Well, he's most certainly going to be a better trash talker. So that kind of makes sense. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm excited about that. Now I kind of want both of them so that we can get like the pre-fight talk going on.
Yes.
Okay. So here's the deal. I'm ready to vote, but my vote has to be amended on the addition of Mark Zuckerberg. So it's both of them, or it's
a combo. All right,
both of them.
They're in as a combo.
About that?
They count as one though.
Okay, but they count as one. Okay, sounds good. I'm in with the both of them.
We'll go.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Who's up next? I forgot the order by now.
It might be
Brenyn.
Yeah, go
Brenyn.
Okay, so here's my question. I've got a young up-and-coming entrepreneur, or I've got an older, seasoned, probably one of the greatest entrepreneurs alive.
Okay, so you have
Warren
Buffett. You have Warren Buffett on there?
No, different.
Oh, it's not Warren. Okay, sorry.
He's going to be a lot more controversial.
Ooh, I like controversy. So no one has invited Warren. Maybe it's because he's getting up there.
It's a party.
He's pretty smart, though.
It's a party.
He's like, he's gonna be asleep by the time the party starts.
Yeah, nice guy. Probably not partying late.
Okay, sorry. Tell me the options again. Up and coming entrepreneur,
up and coming rising star, or seasoned veteran, one of the GOATs, highly controversial, but incredibly interesting.
Okay, I guess I'm going B, option B.
Okay, this man.
I can feel the excitement.
Yes, he is one of the greatest entrepreneurs alive. He has been in the film industry. He is in real estate. He flies his own Boeing 747 jet. He has his name plastered everywhere. He is the 45th president of the United States of America. Donald J. Trump.
No, I'm just kidding. Donald Trump. You're right. Okay, so I had Don Jr. on my list. But,
Don Jr.
You want to go with the OG?
I'm going to go with the OG. And listen, let's forget about. We're not talking politics here. I don't even want to get into the politics of it. I'm just looking at his business record and resume and what he's done with his small family loan, his small business loan of $1 million from his father, how he got started. Even though that's, a much
that
bigger
was a massive business loan when you were in like
every time I hear that quote, I just crack up. I started it out with a small business loan from my father.
Now, again, to be fair, like when you're worth billions, like $1 million probably is a small loan. Yeah. So that's now okay. It's hard to argue that he has had some incredible successes. I used to be more of a fan. In fact, I used to like watching Celebrity Apprentice. That was a good time, right? Yeah. Like that was good stuff. Yeah. So he'd like, I liked that he like didn't care who they were, like is famous, and he just like fires them. It doesn't matter. Yeah. But that's who he is, right? So you want to talk about bulldozing? Who do you think wins in a bulldozing fight, Don or Jim?
Don every time. Yeah, everybody probably. In the room. Nobody.
He just always wins. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, all these. The Rock. I mean, The Rock would stand up to him. And then the Secret Service would show up, and then
Okay, but to be fair, The Rock maybe like he may catch him and become wealthier than him. Like
that would be awesome.
In fact, he probably will. Like think about it, The Rock's like 30 years as junior. You don't think The Rock's going to be worth 10 bill? He's worth over $1 billion now.
The person that I do think will surpass Trump, Mr. Beast. I like that guy.
You really like Mr. Beast.
He's just a rocket.
I have to. That's impressive. Okay, I'm gonna have to look up Mr. Beast and learn a little bit. Okay, what do you guys think on Donald? Do you guys have any opinions?
Well, he would be the party. He would become the party.
He would become the party,
but he wouldn't be able to tweet.
He'd be on his own platform, whatever that was called.
Oh goodness. Okay, well, I'm ready to vote. What do you guys think on Donald Trump Sr.?
Put him in.
Donald's out. Yes, no Donald. Woo! I was close. Can I just tell you, my wife would be very disappointed if she heard me voting for Donald Trump. Yeah. So I just to be safe, I had to make sure that I go away from Don. Okay. Is it my turn?
Yeah.
Man, I have so many good ones. I'm struggling to decide which one. Okay. You know what I feel like we need? We really. Oh wait, we have a musician, right? Okay, but I feel like we need one more. Okay. And the nice thing is these two, this particular singer has been incredibly successful. And like probably the most successful, like in pop culture for the last decade, maybe outside of, what's her name? So we already let Taylor. Outside of Taylor, and that is my man Ed Sheeran. Ed Sheeran. Everything he puts out is just like pure gold. I love it. So I'm wanting Ed Sheeran in. And by the way, we get somebody from a different country.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
We need a little bit more of that.
As much as I would want to come up with some sort of counter, I'd love to have someone with his accent hanging around and talking.
See? Yeah. And he's got a cool accent. Like Ed Sheeran's just the coolest. So anyway, what do you guys think of bringing Ed in?
I like it. One of the greatest singer-songwriters.
Yeah, both. Okay.
Fun fact, danced to Ed Sheeran at my wedding. That was our wedding song.
Like you did like a solo dance or
barefoot in the grass?
Yeah, my wife was just side. Yep.
How did Aubrey feel about that?
Yeah,
she was watching.
Yeah,
she preferred it that way, I'm sure. Okay, I like it. So, what are we up to?
Ed makes 15.
Okay, are we going to just cut it off? Is that it? Does anybody? Okay, let's do a last call. Are there any last calls that anyone feels really, really passionate about? They're like, okay, I'm looking at my list of people. I didn't get to this person, and it would be a travesty if they didn't make it to the Money Insights party. I'm willing to let in at least one bonus person if you guys have them.
Okay, I have a case, and it's the Money Insights party, and you mentioned her a little earlier, but I had Sharon Lecter on my list as well. And I feel like if there's a bonus, that Sharon would be a great bonus.
Okay. I think that's a given. Yeah, she counts. She spoke at the event. Like, she's one of us.
Yeah.
Right. So Sharon Lecter's 100% in. Can I make a case for Nikola Jokic?
I like
the
that.
Joker.
I mean, the Joker he just barely won. He's like the coolest guy. He doesn't brag. He just like plays, dominates, and then just like goes on to the next thing. And I just like love the Joker, man.
Yeah.
So will we let him in?
Yeah, they're in.
Okay, sweet.
I've got 2 quick cases.
Okay.
I'll make them quick, and they don't have to be let in. They could be at the 2024 white party.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
And they're both younger. So the first one is Alex Hormozy. And if you don't know him, look him up on Instagram.
Okay.
Okay. Alex, the reason I have him in there is he's, again, phenomenal marketer. He graduated at the age of 21 and started a brick and mortar gym, and then scaled it to 6 gyms in like 2 years as a 21-year-old, and then sold it. And then he took his model and went to like 600 different locations and scaled all of them.
Wow.
And so he, just really young, up and coming entrepreneur, phenomenal person to follow on Threads or Instagram. Just really cool business personality. Another one who's up and coming. And then the second one is Cody Sanchez. And Cody started.
I know Cody.
Yeah. She is another one that is awesome. She started in venture capital, and she went in and acquired a bunch of businesses and did that whole thing. And then she transitioned relatively young. I also think she's got to be young 30s, mid 30s. And now she's awesome to follow because she puts out a ton of content trying to help other entrepreneurs start their journey in purchasing and acquiring businesses, ramping them up, selling them, and then repeating that process. So she's another one that I think is awesome, not only to listen to, but I think she's also on a really great trajectory, just, amassing more and more wealth and becoming more and more influential.
Pretty good stories.
Look at
I don't have any qualms.
firepower.
I mean, here's the thing. We didn't get to 20 anyway. Now we're at 19. I'm game with both of them. Blake, do you have anybody left that you want to throw in? Or are you good?
I feel good.
19, that's the number. We managed to stay under our 20. So that's saying something.
Well done.
Okay. So before we take off, here's our action item for today. This is not your action item. This is our listener's action item. I want you to email Rod at moneyinsightsgroup.net and tell him who you would invite to your white party. That's the action item. Okay, thanks everybody for hanging out with us today. We will talk to you next week.
Thank you for listening to the Money Insights Podcast. To learn more about the financial and business strategies discussed in this show, please visit moneyinsights.net. The views and opinions expressed on the Money Insights Podcast are not intended to be individual financial, tax, or legal advice. Always consult with the appropriate advisor before making financial decisions. And if you're enjoying the show, please feel free to rate, subscribe, and leave a review wherever you listen to your podcasts. This will help others find the show and learn wealth-building strategies for themselves. Thanks again for tuning in, and we'll catch you in the next episode.